Alright guys, so I'm gonna give you my opinion on the mainline Pokemon games. Now I'm gonna be ranking them like this. I'm gonna be ranking it as GOATed is obviously, the best of the best, A, B, C, and never played. Now I did leave one tier on top of GOATed that says if I can only have one. Like if you told me if I can only have one of these Pokemon games and only one, this will be the one that I'll choose. So let's start out with the tier list. Let's start out with the tier where the ones I never played. So the ones I never played was Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So I never really got the chance to play because there was a bunch of other games on the Switch at the time. Also, like, I like Pokemon Go, but I thought the gimmick of Pokemon Go and putting it onto a Gen 1 remake just wasn't right with me, so I kind of skipped it. But yeah, I never played it. So next game that I never played is actually Sword and Shield. Sword and Shield really didn't caught my attention. The whole Gigantamax, I believe that's what it's called, wasn't really me. The starters were pretty weak too as well, and I really couldn't just think about spending the money to actually buy the game. So once again, the Switch had other games at the time too as well, so that's one of them. Now some of y'all are gonna hate me for this, but the games, some of these games I never played are actually the Black and White series. Now the reason why I didn't play the Black and White series is because I actually spent a lot of time on Gen 4, and I never really got to Black and White, and I always thought the Black and White Pokemon were pretty weak to me, like in design wise. I would see clips here and then, it just didn't really catch my attention, and but I am willing to go back and play it because people tell me it's the best of the best. I don't know if it is. I don't know. I just gotta play it myself and really give my opinion about it. But yeah, Black and White and Black and White 2 are games I never played. Another game I didn't play too as well was Legend Arceus. The gimmick of it was pretty cool. Cause I never just got to it. I believe Breath of the Wild was out during that time, so I was really focused on that. By the way, really good game. Legend Arceus just wasn't, it just didn't, I don't know, I still don't know why I haven't played it, but yeah, didn't get to it. Pokemon Coliseum is also another game I never played too as well, and itsEver Darkness. I did have a GameCube at the time, but since I have a big family, the majority of the time, the main game that we actually played on our GameCube was actually Melee. So I never had the chance to play a solo Pokemon game on the GameCube. I would, because I've been hearing great things about Coliseum and itsEver Darkness, but I just never had the time because adulting. But yeah, I do want to go back to them, or maybe one day if you guys want, I'll do a stream about it. So you go watch me play the games for the very first time. I wouldn't mind doing that. So let's start it out with Pokemon Stadium. Now, Pokemon Stadium is really fun because of the story mode, but other than that, it also has very fun mini games, and those mini games are really fun, and they get really competitive. And I have some friends that I play these mini games to this day, and it gets really fun. So I'll put Pokemon Stadium in A tier. Let's do the original Diamond and Pro. So Diamond and Pro was actually the first Pokemon game that I ever bought personally with my own money. I wasn't able to buy any of these Pokemon games. I had to either get them borrowed by people, or I just had to do my thing. But yeah, Diamond and Pearl, I think in my opinion is one of the GOATed games. The fact that Cynthia was actually a problem in that game too as well, oh dude, it was insane. And the Sinnoh starters are actually some of my favorite starters too as well. So Pokemon Diamond and Pearl are GOATed for me. Shining Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl were actually a little lackluster to me because they're the only generation that didn't really had any cool add to it. I feel like they just smacked the chibi skin on it, and then just was like, here guys, have this remake. And eventually we unfortunately we all bought it. The modded community for this is pretty sick, but it just that, oh man, I just didn't like how Nintendo really made this game. So I'll put this in C tier. Let's go with the OGs. So the original red and blue are actually going to be going to A tier. That's where it all started, bro. Lavender Town is a very sick song that I place in my head to this day because of how good that song is because of that game. And I believe, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this is the only game where you can actually go higher than level 100 on certain Pokemon. And you can't go wrong with the classic where it all started. Pokemon Yellow, I'm also gonna place it with Red and Blue, like I said, where it started. But this one you can actually walk with Pikachu. I thought it was sick. And yeah, very good games. I actually have a physical copy of all the original 6 Game Boy Color games, so that's my pride and joy that I have right there, Okay, so next is Gold and Silver. If I could find it, yes, Gold and Silver. So Gold and Silver are actually gonna be in A tier. I think they're very phenomenal games. Gen 2, the fact that you can actually go into Kanto and Johto in this game just makes the second gen games just that good, bro. It's just that for me, it was good, but I just felt like Crystal was just a little bit more better. Which, matter of fact, the next one we'll put up in Gold tier list is Pokemon Crystal. So Pokemon Crystal, those animations for me just did it for me. Just the fact that you could actually be a girl in this game, first one that you could actually be a girl in this game, actually made it very, it gave it a different taste and stuff like that. The only thing that sucks about Crystal that I wish they could fix about it is if you could catch Mareep in it. I love Mareep, bro. I feel like Mareep should be in every Gen 2 team, but that's just a rant for another day. So I will put Crystal and Goated. Let's do Fire Red and Leaf Green. So Fire Red and Leaf Green are actually gonna be in A tier, but in front of this one. Actually, we'll put it in front of Stadium. So actually, I'll put Stadium right here. So Leaf Green and Fire Red are actually, I feel like it's a remake done right. It just gets it right. The fact that it's just a Gen 1 remake with the Pokemon Emerald engine and stuff like that. So it's really good. And I also like in the beginning of the game where you actually save, it will show you what you previously did, which I thought it was a sick feature. They should really bring that back to Pokemon games. I thought that was really cool. Next ones are Ruby version and Sapphire. So Ruby and Sapphire are actually gonna go on B tier for me because I'm not really a fan of Ruby and Sapphire because I just felt like they were lacklusting. The champion for that was actually Steven, and the fact that Wallace was the 8 gym leader, I really didn't buy these. I actually waited until Emerald came out later. Well, I didn't buy, but I actually found it. I think Pokemon Emerald is golden over them two. It's just Ruby and Sapphire had the battle tower, right? I think that was the last thing. But Pokemon Emerald had the Battle Frontier, and it just had way more things. And Rayquaza is just way cooler than Kyogre around it, in my opinion, though. But yeah, Emerald is goated for sure. Pokemon Heart Gold and Soul Silver. I believe these are the best remakes. Actually, better than Leaf Green and Fire Red. What was I thinking? Leaf Green, Soul Silver and Heart Gold is goated and way before Diamond and Pearl. Dude, the Pokewalker was sick. The fact that you could walk with any Pokemon as your companion in the back. The fact that you get the original music at the very end though, but because you have to get an item. It just, like I said, it's just a remake done right. And we'll never get that ever again. And I understand why people have a lot of love for this game because, like I said, it's just the best of both worlds of Gen 1 and Gen 2, so it should deserve to be goated. Pokemon Ruby, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire. So once again, yeah, you know where they're gonna go. They're gonna go right next to the Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire. They were pretty alright remixes. I didn't really put too much time in it, it just felt like, they did the whole they did add some cool Mega Evolutions to it. It just that to me it wasn't memorable, I'd rather just go back to playing Emerald, honestly. But yeah, I put Pokemon Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire in B. Pokemon Platinum. This game right here, man. This game, I put a lot of hours in this game, man. You know, the definitive version of Diamond and Pearl. The only thing that I disliked about Platinum is that they nerfed Cynthia, you know, because Cynthia was pretty strong in Diamond and Pearl. Check it out, guys. And then Platinum just, it was just, you know, they nerfed her. They did add more cool things to Platinum, so you know, the definitive version of Diamond and Pearl. And it was just a great game, man. I have mad love for the Gen 4 series. Pokemon Stadium 2 wasn't memorable in the mini games like as it was for Stadium 1. You know, the league things were okay, so you know, I'll put it next to like B tier. So Pokemon Sun and Moon. Sun and Moon, it just like I said, it's another game that I played, but I didn't go back to it. It didn't give me a reason to go back to it, and it wasn't memorable as Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon. I think the legendaries are really cool, and the Ultra Beast thing was awesome. It's just that not having gym leaders just wasn't it for me. You know, just kind of it did give a different environment for the game, which I thought was cool, and it took out the HMs, I believe. But it just wasn't that memorable, that's all. So I'll put it in C tier. I'll leave Scarlet and Violet for last. I see Ultra Sun and Ultra Moon are actually better than regular Sun and Moon. It's just that it sucks that you had to pay another $40 to actually get a better version of the original game. But you know, that's what they did. It was a better game than Ultra Sun and Moon. X and Y. X and Y was the introduction of Megas. Kalos was actually a pretty good region. I liked it. It actually, I don't know if y'all remember the horde battles when they actually were able to like fight like a bunch of Pokemon at the same time. And man, I used to actually be really good in this game, and I actually smoked a lot of people in this game. So I will put X and Y at A tier. So Scarlet and Violet. I bought Scarlet and Violet, dude. And I never finished the game because the pacing wasn't it for me, bro. It felt weird just having like the access to like actually able to go like do whatever you want at your own pace. And when it bought it like day one, it was very buggy and glitchy. It didn't feel right having that game, honestly. You know, I haven't gone back to it. I don't know anything about it because I stopped playing that game. Maybe they updated it. I seen the DLC. The DLC looks alright, but I'll honestly put Scarlet and Violet as C tier. Well, they weren't memorable or nothing like that. Honestly, it wasn't good off of that. So now, for if you told me if I was to only have one of these games, right? Think about I was trapped in an island, right? And you told me, yo, Ever, you can only bring one Pokemon game with you. What would it be? And I'll tell you. You know what game would I be? Some of y'all might know this, some of y'all might not know this. If you know me personally, you might know this. But I think the suspense. I think Pokemon Pokemon Platinum for me is by far, in my opinion, the best game, bro. Like I said, it's just that the Gen 4 was just something else, man, you know. I just can't explain it, man. Something about it just feels right. It's nostalgic. You know, it's what, 17 years now the game has been out, and I always go back and do a playthrough of it because of just how much I love the game. It's just very memorable for me, you know, and I had some really good times. And like honestly, you can't beat nostalgia. Once you have nostalgia involved in all this, it's just very like hard for it to like, you know, top anything else, you know. I remember being in my room, like I was like 13 at the time when this game came out, and just playing for like hours, man. I remember I clocked in probably like a good like 400 hours into this game. And yeah, so that's what I think about the Pokemon, the 21, well, more than 21, but that's what I think about the mainline Pokemon games. Now, do you agree with my opinion, or you don't agree with my opinion? Do you think I'm wrong? You know, drop a comment below and let me know what's good, guys. And you know, I'll leave it at that. So peace, much love, and see you guys in the next one.